Good morning and welcome everyone to our Instant Card Issuance webcast. We will spend the next 20 minutes reviewing instant card issuance for credit unions. Thank you to the CU South team for creating this opportunity to review this topic with each of you. The purpose of this webcast is to review the benefits provided by supporting instant card issuance and then review MagTek's QwickCards instant card issuance solution. When we finish the presentation today, we will take 5 minutes to answer questions that have been typed in by you during the presentation. Our presenters today include members of MagTek's Financial Solutions team, Eliza McKinnon, Harold Solano, and myself, Doug Free. Each of us has experience with being a member of a credit union. For me, it is Great Lakes Credit Union in North Chicago, Illinois. Like many of us, I was introduced to my first credit union through the relationship with my parents' employer, which in this case was the United States Navy. Great Lakes Credit Union is where I opened my first checking account and also received my first auto loan. And today, I still share a bond with GLCU because of those experiences and their great service. Forbes magazine posted an article recently touting market research where Americans give credit unions a score of 4.5 out of 5 versus the score for banks of 4.2 in the same research study. Congratulations to all of you for providing great service to your members throughout the year. Let's take a look at our agenda for today. Our goals today are to give each of you an understanding of what instant card issuance includes, how your credit union and members can benefit from this solution, and how MagTek's QwickCards instant card issuance solution can fit into your day-to-day operations at the credit union. And then most importantly, how your members will benefit by allowing them to depart your locations with a new credit or debit card so they can access their funds immediately. Liza McKinnon will now define instant card issuance and review the benefits that become available once your credit union begins supporting this solution.
Thank you, Doug. Good morning. I'm Liza McKinnon, Vice President of Strategic Accounts. As Doug mentioned, I will be discussing the benefits of instant card issuance. First, what is instant card issuance? In this fast-paced, convenience-driven world, your members are busy people juggling many responsibilities. Your members rely on use of their cards for multiple transaction types when shopping, paying bills, taking an Uber, and withdrawing cash from the ATM. As such, they need access to their funds now, and now can be when they first open their account or if they need to replace a card which has been lost or stolen. Instant card issuance enables your credit union to provide members with immediate issuance of permanent debit, credit card, and ATM cards, fully personalized with account number and name, or digitally issued if a member is unable to visit the branch. That's right. A card can be virtually issued in cases where the member is not able to be at the branch location. We'll dive more into the virtual card later in this presentation. Cards issued immediately often earn the coveted top-of-wallet status, and as a result, they are used as the member's primary payment card. This top-of-wallet status occurs when the member receives their card instantly and then can use the cards to access their funds immediately. The immediate access and convenience factor in to establish an immediate affinity between the member, the card, the member representative, and the credit union. All of this works to then give the card the top-of-wallet status or preferred card status. Handing the card to the member immediately in the branch also reinforces the credit union's brand, which is included both on the card and throughout the branch where the card is delivered to the member. Additionally, the brand is also automatically associated with the increase in satisfaction the member feels by not having to wait 10 to 14 days to receive their card in the mail. And of course, nothing is plucked from or lost in the mail. your member representative is certain that the card has reached the intended user as they handed it to them. This definitely provides a greater level of security. With all of the home deliveries taking place each and every day, not having to worry about when your card delivery will be arriving is another benefit. Instant card issuance also saves on the postage and handling costs associated with card delivery. Instantly issued cards have a significantly higher activation rate as compared to traditionally issued cards, up to 89%. That instant activation translates into real revenue gains for your credit union, and it also translates to increased activity over the life of the card. Keeping your members active is something instant card issuance can help you accomplish. In fact, consumers activate instantly issued cards typically within 93 minutes of receipt. Instantly issued cards are also used 5 more times on a monthly basis. This is the type of activity from which your credit union can benefit. Ultimately, instant card issuance is a tool that increases revenue and attracts more account opening opportunities. Studies have shown that consumers factor in the availability of instant card issuance when choosing a financial institution. Instant card issuance can provide your credit union with another tool to acquire new members. There are many benefits to instant card issuance for your members, your member representatives, and ultimately your credit union as a whole. Members want the card today, not tomorrow, not in 10 days, and certainly not in 14 days. Sooner, meaning instantly versus later, is a great way to improve the member's experience while providing the member representative with more opportunities to engage with them individually in a meaningful way and discover the potential to cross-sell other products and services which lead to member retention. In a nutshell, instant card issuance keeps you ahead of your competition by providing a better branch experience for your members, efficiency and cross-selling opportunities for your branch staff, immediate purchasing power for your members with the latest technologies, including contactless payments. As such, you need to have the ability to provide a wide variety of card types from ATM to loyalty. Our QwickCards solution allows for instant issuance of all these card types. QwickCards is a software-as-a-service product, and the application is web-based and accessed from a web browser. Offering instant issuance as a service makes it far easier for your credit union to offer instant card issuance efficiently, given that MagTek is performing all of the heavy lifting from our cloud. In effect, QwickCards removes the complexities of managing the security, expense, and ongoing maintenance of in-house systems and software. And from a compliance standpoint, it's important to note that QwickCards is PCI certified and meets the MasterCard and Visa requirements. In addition to the software, QwickCards utilizes 2 pieces of hardware: a card personalization device, or CPD, and an encrypting PIN pad. MagTek offers 2 types of card personalization devices: the Express Card 3000 and the Express Card 500P. The Express Card 3000 is a feature-rich device offering 7 hoppers that will encode a mag stripe, personalize an EMV contact and contactless chip, full-color print on the front and back of the card, emboss, indent print, and foil tip. Hence the 3000 name. A product with this many features could certainly not be called 100, 200, or 300. Many customers give their Express Card 3000 the nickname the Embosser. The advantage of 7 hoppers is that the credit unions can support multiple bins or card types and not have to change card stock each and every time a card is issued. Each hopper can hold a single card type or bin, and you can use more than one hopper for the same card type. The Express Card 500 is a single hopper machine that will print on the front and the back of the card, is flat card only, and will encode a magnetic stripe and personalize an EMV contact and contactless chip. The second piece of hardware, MagTek's DynaPro Go, is a PCI-certified encrypting pin pad and is used to securely gather the pin during the pin selection process for a new card or when selecting a new pin for an existing card. DynaPro Go is also used to support multi-factor authentication for member representatives when logging into the QwickCards application. The credit union representatives are provided with assigned access cards, which serve as secure one-time use tokens when read. Once read, the member representative is required to enter a password as their second factor. So true, two-factor authentication is in place to secure access to QwickCards. Something you have is your secure token, and something you know is your password. The credit union's assigned QwickCards administrator is able to manage the user accounts and assign access cards. Each access card produces an unlimited number of one-time use secure tokens. QwickCards is scalable within the branch environment, meaning multiple workstations talking to one Express Card 3000 card printer, or even across branches. One example may be that a branch which experiences higher foot traffic requires the support of multiple desktops for card print requests, versus a smaller branch that may only have one desktop performing this function. Another example is a hub and spoke approach to deployment, meaning in a branch with high foot traffic, the full system is deployed. But in a lower volume, smaller branch, only card requests can be made, and the member can choose to drive to the location that has the card personalization device or have the card mailed. Of course, having the card printer or CPD at each location is the ideal configuration and provides the most benefits. QwickCards is very flexible and can be deployed based upon the specific needs of your credit union. I will now turn it over to Harold Solano to provide a demonstration of the ease of use of MagTek's QwickCards instant issuance solution and how it works great for credit unions.
Thank you, Liza. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar this morning. I appreciate the opportunity to introduce QwickCards to you. QwickCards offers all the tools to realize the extensive benefits of instant card issuance that Liza has just presented to you. To give you an understanding of how the instant card issuance process works, let's go through this example. To start, the member representative uses the core or the CU-based application to create a new card account. This account is then made ready for instant issuance, and the core puts the account into the queue or waiting for issuance status. Now the member representative logs into QwickCards to locate the new card record and issues the card. Let's step through this process in QwickCards using the next few slides. Once logged into QwickCards, the member representative can select the issued card from the transaction menu. The first step in the QwickCards issue card process is to choose a new card template. A choice of several templates will appear, depending upon the number of bins and or card types your credit union offers. Once the card template is selected, your member representative will enter in the information to allow QwickCards to communicate with the core or CU base and identify the new card that is waiting to be issued. There are multiple fields that can be used as the search criteria to identify or find the waiting card in the core. One example is the member account number. When a partial member account number is used, QwickCards will display all account numbers with the card pending, and the member representative will select the correct account. Typically, there is only one choice unless it is a joint account. Once the correct card is selected, all data from the core will be displayed on the QwickCards screen. Next, QwickCards will display a preview of what the card will look like so the member representative can confirm the correct card type. and the information on the back and front of the card. Once the card is confirmed on the screen, then the member is prompted to select their new PIN number on the DynaPro Go PIN pad. Upon successful PIN selection, the member representative will select the card printer they want to use for printing and personalization of the card. If the user has access to multiple printers, they select the printer of choice. Otherwise, if they are only authorized to use one printer type, the card will be sent to the transaction queue within QwickCards for card printing and personalization. QwickCards checks the transaction queue every 16 seconds for any cards that are waiting to be printed and personalized. Any exceptions that occur during the card issuance process will be automatically routed to the exception queue and can be worked by a member representative at a later time. And this is how your credit union can provide a debit or credit card to your members instantly. Now I'll turn it back over to Doug, who will review some additional features included with QwickCards and also our processes for implementation and ongoing maintenance for the QwickCard solution. Thank you.
Thank you, Harold. It's really impressive how quickly a card can be produced on demand and inside each credit union location. Now let's discuss digital cards and how your credit union can begin using QwickCards to issue these cards. There will be times where a member is not able to be in the branch but still would like to have a new card issued, to take advantage of a promotional offer, or simply just have another purchasing option in their wallet. This is when a digital card can be used. Digital cards are very similar to your existing cards, but just do not exist as physical cards. Printing cards at the time of issuance is optional with QwickCards. So to issue a digital card, the QwickCards user will select a template designated for these cards. This template allows the card issuance process to complete without printing the card. And once the digital card is issued, the new card account will appear in the member's mobile banking app. And then the card can be provisioned from the mobile banking app into a mobile wallet for immediate use by the member. The mobile wallet provisioning can occur via push provisioning by the mobile banking app or manually by having the member type in the card information. Once in the mobile wallet, the card can be used for purchases as well as withdrawals at ATMs supporting contactless cards. If the member would like to also have the physical card, they can stop by the credit union location at any time and have that same card printed for them. So digital cards can exist with or without a physical card. QwickCards also has special templates to allow cards to be issued when the member is using the drive-through lane at the branch. Now let's go back to QwickCards and review an additional feature that is used to allow the member to select a PIN while visiting the credit union. QwickCards RePIN is available in the transaction menu and is used when a member requests to change their PIN for any reason. Maybe they forgot it or just need to change it. The member enters the PIN into the DynaPro Go PIN pad where it is immediately secured, and then their account is updated with this new PIN. Both centrally issued cards and instantly issued cards are supported by the QwickCards RePIN function. Here are some administrative tools in QwickCards. Depending upon the rights of the user, a variety of menu options are available from the QwickCards main menu. User privileges can be very selective and specific, and when administering the system, these privileges can be defined by individual or permission groups, such as member representatives and branch managers. Member representatives may only have the permission to make card requests, while branch managers may have elevated privileges that include access to reports. This way, you can separate responsibilities based upon your business needs for your credit union. QwickCards provides a variety of reports to assist with auditing tasks, user management, and activity tracking. From an administrative standpoint, all users, roles, rights, and privileges are managed through the Maintain Users menu item. Now let's talk about the process a credit union would go through to implement QwickCards instant card issuance. MagTek works with the credit union personnel throughout the entire process, from defining the card types and templates, managing the key exchange for encryption keys, and installing hardware at the branch locations. The length of this process varies and depends on the number of credit union locations, the number of cards issued, and the types of cards which will be issued. MagTek works closely with the credit union throughout this process, and it all starts with introducing team members from both MagTek and the credit union during the kickoff meeting. Roles and responsibilities for each team are discussed and agreed to at this meeting, and a project schedule is then developed and shared throughout the implementation process. QwickCards software as a service architecture provides multiple benefits, including the instant card issuance solution infrastructure is maintained and managed by MagTek. The network and security, including the hardware security modules, are built into the software and/or reside at MagTek. And software updates are easily managed due to the central cloud application design. As requests arise for supporting new cards or bins, new chipsets for these cards, and additional services, including support for your mobile and online banking applications, MagTek works with the credit union to provide these updates. These changes allow the credit union to stay current with the latest cards, card features, and continue supporting member activity both in the branch and with the digital solutions for mobile and online. Aventa Credit Union utilizes QwickCards for instant card issuance today. And after this session, we hope you check out our 1-minute customer testimonial about their experience with QwickCards and how they are able to provide their members with cards instantly. Well, we hope you all enjoyed the presentation and that you were able to learn some key takeaways. We'd now like to spend the next several minutes to answer questions that were submitted by you during the presentation. Our colleague, Ann Curry, will now present these questions to us, the panelists, and we'll answer each one as we go.
Thank you, Doug. Okay. The first question is, can you please provide more information about digital card issuance?
Super. So digital cards is a hot topic, and Liza, this one fits right into you. So could you please answer that question?
Certainly. Digital instant card issuance is a really neat and robust feature of QwickCards. And it's also a very straightforward process. We would provide you with a card template that functions in a similar fashion as what Harold just walked you through. However, when the card is ready for production, the details of that card are sent to the member's mobile application. Then the application itself can push provision to the mobile wallet like an Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. And a physical card, if required, can also be produced and then sent to the member, or they could retrieve it from the branch, really depending on the business rules of a particular credit union. So the process from the member representative standpoint is very similar to what they see in the branch. You just simply, instead of printing the actual physical card, that data is sent immediately to the mobile application.
Okay, I have another one. This is, does the virtual issuance create an additional card per your processor? And the second part of that question is, does this work with CU-based OLB/mobile apps today?
Okay, great question, Ann, and I might need you to repeat the second part of the question, but the digital card issuance creates the card with the core just like it does for a physical card. So that process completes just like it does if the card were actually printed. The message goes to the core, basically finalizing the card issuance process. The core recognizes that message and then an update is sent out to the processor. Now, each implementation for QwickCards is a little bit different. So during that implementation phase, we take a look and work with each credit union to determine where each update should go. So when the process concludes, from QwickCards standpoint, updates are sent to the core. Updates can also be sent to the processor, or perhaps the core would update those processors. So it can be different in each case, but yes, the processor gets an update, and the update for digital cards is exactly like it is for physical cards.
Okay, so I'll read the second part of that question, and maybe you did
Sure.
answer it. So
Yep.
it says, does this work with CU-based OLB/mobile app today?
Okay, great question. Great question. And so today we have not done the implementation of CU South or CU Base. So this is something that we look forward to doing and working with CU South and CU South members to create that implementation or that interface to both CU Base and to their mobile apps. So today, no, it does not, but we're ready and willing. So we're just waiting for CU South and your members to basically work with MagTek and make that happen.
I have another question, and you may have answered this already as part of what you already just described, but can you explain how this would work when we use CU South as our processor and Fiserv as our debit card processor?
Sure. Liza, I'm going to have you take that one. Can you please answer that?
So I just want to be clear. So CU South is the processor, and Fiserv is their debit card processor, correct?
That's the question.
That's the question, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So in the process of producing the card data, both of those entities can be updated. In other words, once the card is produced, whether it's digitally or physically for that matter, the way QwickCards works is it can update multiple parties. So we can update both CU Base as well as Fiserv. Typically, with Fiserv, it would be a skeleton record sent to them, so the card can be used immediately, with an updated record being populated by CU Base at a later point in time. So that is all, as Doug said, as part of the initial setup, where we understand the various parties that need to be updated based upon the business rules of your specific credit union.
Yeah, and this is Doug. I just wanted to mention that it is very common to support multiple interfaces during a QwickCards implementation. So that's a common situation.
Okay, the next question, I realize we're over, so please stay on if you would like to. I know we're 3 minutes over time, but we do have a few more questions. So the next question is, our current debit card provider does not offer digital issuance yet. Does this matter if MagTek is used to issue a digital card within the same bin?
Great question. This is Doug. I'll go ahead and take that one. So again, the digital card, because with QwickCards, the similarities are very similar to physical cards. Okay, so QwickCards makes it appear to the core, to the mobile banking application, to the online banking application, that account is created just like a physical card. Okay, and really the mobile banking account and the online banking account do not recognize that a physical card was not printed. So the handling of that new account, the digital account, is very much the same or identical to an account that has a physical card. And as we mentioned earlier, that physical card for a digital card account can be created in the future at any time. Anytime the member wants to stop by that credit union location, they can have that physical card printed and made available to them.
Next question, can you activate the card when you print it? We don't want to wait 93 minutes.
Great question. This is Doug. And Liza, can you go ahead and take that?
Yes, to be clear, the availability of the card is immediate. So at the time of card production, the card is ready for use. The statistic related to 93 minutes is that that is the amount of time between the consumer receiving the card in their hand and them actually using it, whether it's at an ATM or at the point of sale. So the activation from the standpoint of availability for use is immediate. It is before they walk out of the branch. The 93 minutes is the average time it takes for a consumer to use the card that has been handed to them in a branch. So they could go and use the card right around the corner and buy a cup of coffee within 2 minutes if they chose to do so.
Okay, next question. Can the QwickCards administrator at the credit union manage users for all locations or just a single location?
Oh, that's another great question, Dan. Thank you. We're going to have Harold go ahead and answer this one. Harold, please.
Yep, great question. Thank you for asking the question. One of the key benefits of having a cloud-based solution is that physical proximity is not required. So your administrators will have will have access to manage users. They will also have the ability to generate reports from a remote location. So the answer is yes. They will be able to manage all users from any of your locations.
And last question that I have is, can an existing card be reprinted using QwickCards to replace the old card that is no longer working?
So I'll take that one. This is Doug. And the simple answer to that question is yes. A card can be reprinted. So whether or not the credit union chooses to reprint a card for an existing account is really up to them. QwickCards, the software, will support it. There are some issues that need to be recognized when making the decision to allow that to happen. With MagStripe cards, really there were no issues or very few issues with reprinting a card. But with the new chip cards, both chip contact and chip contactless, the chip itself is essentially keeping track of all transactions that occur with that card. So when you go to reissue a chip card, you are essentially starting that chip, a new chip, back at zero for that account. And we have to take a look at, by working with the credit union and their core and their processors, to understand if any issues will result by reissuing that card onto a new chip for that same account. And so there's some different situations that can be used when wanting to provide a new card to a customer. You can reissue that card if everything works out and the processor is okay with that and the processor can be updated. But also sometimes just the expiration date can be changed and that card is reissued or reprinted. And then sometimes a whole new account can be created. So again, it's a situation that we covered during the implementation phase by working with the credit union, and we all recognize these different situations and understand how they'll be handled both by the QwickCard software, but also by the members for the credit union.
I have one last question, and this will be it, but how do we schedule an appointment to discuss more?
Well, that's a great question. So if we can go to the next slide, Ann. So you can email us at bankingsolutions@magtech.com or just give us a call. We're ready and willing to work with each of you and basically go through this process of evaluating QwickCards, answering all your questions, looking at your specific situation. So that's a great question. So I think we're at the end of our time here, and I just want to thank my colleagues, Liza McKinnon and Harold Solano, and a thank you to each of you, the members of CU South that joined us today. People, please reach out to us so we can guide you through evaluating instant card issuance and how it will benefit your credit union and your members. There will be a quick survey after you leave this presentation. Please take the survey so we can continue to enhance our webinar offerings. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.